Hey, what's going on, everybody? I hope you're having a good night. And I'm going to get into today's topic, all right? Today's topic is going to be called The Third Eye is Your Spiritual Center. So it's just going to be about how your third eye is your spiritual center, okay? Allow me to get into this. Okay. The pineal gland, also known as the third eye, is a spiritual gland in our body, located in the exact center of the brain, pretty much. It is situated in the epithalamus near the two hemispheres of the brain. It sits just behind the thalamus. It sits just below the corpus callosum. It is directly linked to the sixth chakra, which is associated with intuition, discernment, and inner wisdom. Okay? And when you think wisdom, if you added the letter E to the end of wiz and the end of DOM, dumb, it would be wise dome. Wisdom is a wise dome. If you have a wise dome, a smart brain, then you have wisdom. Get it? So, boom, intelligent brain. So, naturally, our pineal gland serves as our direct connection to source energy, God, through universal consciousness. If you have ever wondered where some of your random downloads have come from, it's your pineal gland. Okay? Artists and creators get some of their greatest ideas from their inner intuition, which stems directly from the pineal gland or the third eye, also known as it's right around the center of your energy center, your sixth chakra. Or if you're going from the top, the second one down, this crown and then this third eye. So if you're going all the way up to it's number 6 and 7. Okay? So those are like the higher ones, the higher vibration and all that stuff, okay? So, allow me to continue. When the third eye is active or unblocked, de-calcified, it leads to greatly increased mental clarity, heightened intuition, heightened discernment, heightened awareness, and profound inner wisdom. It can even shift one's perspective on various things in life. It's like seeing life through a brand new lens, if you will. Okay? The way you were always meant to see things. It leads to a consistent state of super consciousness, hyper focus, increased intellect, and simply just knowing things, okay, without need or of proof. This can lead to inner peace and a much better comprehension of what one's true path really is. You receive way more downloads, okay? Downloads, what do I mean when I say something like downloads, okay? I mean dreams, daydreaming, thoughts that aren't necessarily your very own, like it feels like it just came out of nowhere. That's because it did, but it's not nowhere, it's this, okay? So thoughts that aren't necessarily your very own, God talking to you through various signs and messages. So the signs could be like dreams that you're having, like I mentioned already. You can truly manifest your dream life in the matter of just a few years. You can tap into the sacred secretion each month instead of each month because it's a moon cycle. That's what the month is based on, anyways. But it's like a cheat code in life when you learn how to tap into the sacred secretion because you're going to be in an elevated state of super consciousness for a few days or a few weeks. My first time I activated it, it was a few weeks. It was like 3 to 5 weeks of just craziness. And towards the tail end of those 3 to 5 weeks, I started feeling like I was almost like mildly schizophrenic and stuff. And like I went to get checked out for like mental health and stuff like that because it was that powerful. Like, so you have to be careful if you really want to go down that specific rabbit hole as far as spirituality. Just make sure that it's like going into a trip, like kind of, but like it's elongated. It just lasts way longer and it's natural and it's your body's own way of doing something. But check it out if you get a second. You'll be baffled. If you're into spirituality, check it out. Type in the sacred secretion on YouTube and just be amazed and take notes and learn about it, you know? But anyways, okay, those were things when your pineal gland is open the way it should be when we're born and when we continue in life. It's supposed to be open all the time for all of us. We're supposed to have this great connection to God, this great connection to source, to the divine blueprint. We are the divine blueprint of God, right? But we should be connected to him. You get what I'm saying? And this is like our spiritual antenna. And they know that, so they sever it. So now, since I talked about the good things, now I'm going to talk about what happens when your third eye slash pineal gland is blocked. Okay, when it's blocked. What I mean by that is it gets calcified. A lot of calcium deposits or calcium phosphate crystals or some BS, right? It calcifies over the pineal gland. So if this is the pineal gland, like this thing, like it looks kind of like that, like shaped like that, right? It's like that, and over the outside of it, it starts to gather these white crystalline things, and it blocks the pineal gland from receiving light and then giving energy off. So it can't take stuff in or give stuff off. It just shuts it down. So it's not allowing it to work, and it's going over the piezoelectric crystals that are on the outside of your pineal gland. Something about rhombohedron, something, I don't know. But let's go on. Anyways, it leads to a consistent state of superconsciousness, hyperfocus. Oh, all that. I already did that. Let's go. When your third eye slash pineal gland is blocked, you are cut off from source slash God to an extent, like not fully, but to an extent in some specific ways, right? And then next is you can no longer fully utilize your gifts. So like things that you're talented at, you're going to feel disconnected from them. You know, whether it's playing music, like you're a musician, or you like to train MMA. These are just things that I do. So I just thought of that. You lack another one. You lack intuition, discernment, and true inner wisdom. When our pineal gland is blocked, we end up lacking intuition, discernment, and true inner wisdom. Okay? Wisdom, wise dome. You know what I mean? But they now lack a wise dome. So a blocked pineal gland leads to mental fog, lack of intuition, cynical tendencies known as cynicism, pessimism, negative attitudes, lack of manifestation abilities. You repel things instead of attract them. So instead of being magnetic in your chase for greatness, we begin to naturally repel potential success. Number 7, indecisiveness, leading to lack of action or lack of proper and accurate decision-making skills, okay? Number 8, this opens up the doors to anxiety, depression, PTSD, etc. Number 9, it can potentially lead to lower IQ or at least a lower rate of mental acuity or mental capability. Okay? A blocked pineal gland can also leave you feeling stuck in life and feel like you have no way out of your current situation. It can also lead to a closed-minded attitude instead of being open-minded. Then that way you're not open to new and exciting possibilities. This keeps you stuck in the same old life cycles, okay? Lack of visualization as well. You have no vision of the future, no vision of how to escape this miserable matrix. So I just explained a lot of good things when the pineal gland is open and bad things when the pineal gland is calcified, like blocked. Okay, so there's good when it's open and bad when it's blocked. When it's decalcified, that's great. When it's calcified, that's bad. Okay, so decades or even centuries ago, the elites understood this drastic difference. Their new goal at that time was simple: calcify the pineal glands of the masses. Okay? It would make the masses easier to control. It would give the elites a strategic advantage over the rest of the people. Mental advantage, spiritual advantage, eventually leading to that of a financial advantage as well. Now they really had all the power they wanted. But how do they now maintain all of that power? Okay? Easy. Keep the men and women weak, docile, dumb, and separated from God. They put fluoride in the drinking water, the toothpaste, and even in some foods, okay? Boom, it was that easy, okay? The rich will simply just buy a $400 reverse osmosis water machine, water filter, to remove the heavy metals and the fluoride from their drinking water, knowing darn well that you don't have that, okay? They used to gatekeep such products as well as such knowledge. But thank God for the internet, because ever since the internet came about, things started getting exposed. People learned about the sacred secretion, which was high-level secret information that was only reserved for people who were deemed worthy. Anybody who can tap into it and actually use it to their advantage should be worthy of it, because it means you did it for a reason, right? So it shouldn't be information hoarded just for a select few. I disagree with that. Okay? Thanks to the internet, anyone can learn such things. The sacred secretion is no longer a secret. The elites put fluoride in everything to keep us dumb and unable to truly manifest. That's not all they do, though. They put soy in so much stuff nowadays. Soy directly interrupts production of testosterone and production of estrogen. They put things in the food and drinks that spike estrogen and destroy testosterone. It's to make men more feminine. It's to make them weaker, more docile, okay? Kill their testosterone so that you don't get pushback from them and you can just take over society and keep it running like that. Nobody's going to go do anything drastic, or at least way less people are going to do so now. Okay, this is all done to make strong men weaker, to make regular men weak men, and to turn weak men into even weaker men. This means far less men to fight back against the system. This way, the elites have no competition and nothing to fear. Pay attention to what you put in your body, okay? That's all I have to say in tonight's video. I just kind of went off on a tangent that was like 5 pages long. So if you made it to the end of this, that's great. And that's just how the third eye is your spiritual center, okay? Until next time, stay safe, be blessed, and live lavishly. And I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Until then, just know that I love you all. Peace.